Welcome. So we're now going to talk about steady state matrices. So after a given number of transitions, most situations will reach a steady state. So a steady state matrix S is the values when the matrix becomes steady. That is, they remain the same even when the transition is applied again. So our steady state matrix occurs when we have our rule here and our n approaches infinity. So generally able to find the steady state by using a large value of n, check with n is equal to 50 and then n is equal to 51. If no change, you have found the steady state matrix. When we are simply looking at percentages, we can raise the transition matrix T to a high power and it should reach some consistency across the values. Now, before we launch into our examples here, you don't have to write this down, but I just want to show you this. And hopefully this will kind of solidify in our minds what a steady state matrix is. So it says, let's consider the trucks moving from warehouse A to warehouse B. So as you can see here, if we come here, this is warehouse A and warehouse B. This is our initial matrix right here. So we start off with 20 and 30. And then what we're doing is we're applying the same transition matrix to it each time. So obviously, we've got some movement from A to B. And then we're going from Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and we keep on going. What I want us to take note of is what's happening in warehouse A. So as you can see, we start off with 20. Then the next day we've got 26, then 27.8, then 28.34, then 28.5, then 28.55, then 28.56, then 28.56, then 28.57, then 28.57, then 28.57. And hopefully you can see what happens as we go along. So as our n here is getting bigger, so we've got big n's here, we kind of reach the same number, don't we? It kind of just stays at 28.57, 28.57, 28.57. We reach a steady state in which we don't have big movements anymore. And that's what it means to reach the steady state matrix, when you can put in large numbers and you're getting the same result out. If we kind of picture this visually, so here's another example in which we have apples and bananas and, a transition matrix is applied to this scenario. If we look at bananas here, as you can see, as our n gets bigger, so now, we have a large n of 16, do you see how it kind of plateaus? And that's what the steady state means. We're getting this constant value here between 52 and 58. This is some constant value there, and it just kind of is staying there. And that's when we have a large n. So that's what the steady state matrix is. Hopefully that just gives us a bit of a good introduction to it. But now we'll launch into an example and things will make even more sense.